This is a story that I grew up with. It's called Pip Pip the Naughty Chicken. It's a story by Eric B. Hare, and he tells it about when he was over in the mission field, and it's about one of his chickens. So he lived far, far away from here, and he had some chickens, and one of his chickens was called Cluck Cluck. And Cluck Cluck was on her first nest of eggs, and any day now she was going to have her little chicks there. And so he would come by and ask Cluck Cluck, how's she doing? And Cluck Cluck, of course, would say, Cluck, 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 everything's fine, everything's going well. And one time when he came to check on the Cluck Cluck, he noticed that there was a little hole starting in one of the eggs. And actually he could hear a little tap, 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 tap. And he listened carefully, he could hear beep, 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 beep. So he immediately ran and went to get his kids and his wife, and they came, and by the time they got back there, here this Pip Pip had already hatched out, and he was a pretty big chicken. By the end of the day, Pip Pip had 10 other little brothers and sister chickens, and so his mom would show him all sorts of things, take him around the yard, show him how to scratch, 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 peck, 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 and all the little chickens would scratch, 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 peck, 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 and sip the water and whatnot. Once a big Mr. Hawk came by and he landed in a tree, and he thought, which chicken would I like to eat? Oh, I see Pip Pip there, he's the biggest one of all, I'm gonna eat him. But Cluck Cluck saw him and she cried, Cluck, 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 come on, little chicken. So they all came under her wings, and they were saved from Mr. Hawk. Well, as time went by, Pip Pip began getting bigger, and he got a little red comb on his head, and he could, if he tried really hard, he'd go, and he was thinking, I'm getting pretty grown up feeling now. I'm going to go off on my own. So he went off to the far end of the chicken place, and Cluck Cluck would call him in the evening when the sun was setting in the horizon to come into the chicken shed. And every night they would go into the chicken shed. But one night he decided, I am not feeling like going to bed now. I'm too grown up, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do my own thing. So he went off, and as he was gone, the person looking after the chicken shed came and shut the door. And he came back and he found the door shut, but he said, Pip, 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 I'm not scared. I'm a big chicken now. So he folded his head under his wings and he went to sleep. Now during the night, old Mr. Hiss the Snake came by, and he thought, I'm getting hungry. What am I gonna have for dinner? So he came over, he looked on one side, he looked on the other side, and finally on the last side, he saw Pip Pip, all sleeping there by himself. And he opened up his mouth, and he was about to grab Pip Pip, and he grabbed him and ate him. And just before, as Pip Pip was going down, he cried, Pip, 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 Pip. And that woke up the mom chicken, and she cluck, cluck, cluck. And that woke up all the other chickens, and that woke up the boys and the guy who was supposed to be looking after the chickens, and that woke me up. We went to find Mr. Hiss the Snake, and we tracked him down, but it was the weirdest looking snake. He had this big lump right in the middle. And you know what that lump was? It was Pip Pip. So that night we could hear Cluck Cluck just cluck, 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 and we imagined that she was saying, Pip Pip, if you had only listened, if you had only obeyed, you would be here with us right now. When I think about what lesson I can learn from Pip Pip the Naughty Chicken, I think it is so important for you to remember to obey your parents. Something disastrous may or may not happen, but they've been around a lot longer, and God has put them in your lives so that you can be safe and protected. So please, obey them.